The deterministic crafting system in Harvest got me really invested in crafting my own gear for the first time in Path of Exile. Today, Grinding Gear Games announced, however, that it is not going to be core. Hey everyone, this is Thyworm, and today let's talk about Path of Exile, the Harvest League, the crafting in there I love so much, and the recent GGG announcement. Because I think it's honestly a real shame that this system isn't going to be core. Before the Harvest League, crafting to me was an alien concept, honestly. I've been playing PoE since Betrayal, at least properly, and investing a lot of time into it, but I'm still pretty much a noob. The counter is around 1200 hours currently, which is a lot, but also nothing. Every league I try to do the league mechanics, the league boss, and learn something I didn't know before, like prophecies, delving, or incursion. Every league I'm trying to use a few less guides, and it's working pretty well. I created my first build in Harvest League, a berserker ground slam warcry dude, and eventually that was a pretty decent character, but probably nothing special to the more experienced player. I've been able to kill Seer's Awakening level 8 the last couple of leagues. I've spent the majority of my time in maps. I really enjoy the endgame systems in PoE, and that's a little bit about me, the type of player I am, so you see where I'm coming from. But crafting I never really did, because it seemed so complicated. I did some bench crafting in the hideout, but that is really about it. I've seen some videos of Gazi TV crafting a bunch of delve stuff, some Zizaran guides on it too, and I was like, this is just too much, too random, and probably very expensive, because I'm going to be messing up a lot of things. I also didn't really feel it was great. I had to open up multiple web pages just to see the possible outcomes. Crafting simply never appealed to me, and I just traded all my fossils and other crafting stuff and used the currency I would get from that to buy my gear. There's nothing wrong with that, of course, but I always felt I was missing out a bit on content, you know? Until Harvest League, where crafting was suddenly very intuitive. Craft a life mod. Alright, I get that. Replace a life mod with another life mod. Alright, sounds good. Change lightning resistance to fire resistance. Alright, that's useful, right? It's good stuff. I actually understand this without watching a video. Not only did I get into crafting, I thought it was really fun to do. I crafted almost all my gear myself. I watched some Ziggy D for some guaranteed crafts. I worked a lot on my weapons, and while it certainly wasn't mirror tier stuff, it was really decent and allowed me to create a character, gear him up myself, tweak and mix and match several pieces, and compensate for any shortcomings like resistances. I did all of this by using the deterministic crafting system in the garden, and for someone like me, this was the first time this actually worked, and it gave me a lot of control over the way I played Path of Exile. I never experienced this much control, and for the first time in over a year, I actually felt I had a decent idea what I was doing. I expanded on it even further by visiting those web pages Gazi did, now realizing what he was actually looking at, and becoming even a better crafter. I discovered the Forbidden Trove on Discord, made around 4000 KLs in 2 hours selling crafts. It was hilarious. Please vouch. I had a blast. Unfortunately, this system isn't going core. I'm not here to bash on this decision, by the way, but I just wanted to give the perspective of a relative noob, because I feel it is a perspective not very often heard. I read the announcement, I work in IT myself, and the reasons stated for not making this core seem very legit to me. It would be a lot of work, I can see that. I can also see the argument that the top-end gameplay items, the actual mirror tier items, were too easy to craft, especially after watching MB Extreme and Q-Dog craft some ridiculously good items within an hour. I can see how that is problematic, even though I will not reach that level of game understanding anytime soon. I think GGG provides with this post a very honest and plausible explanation why it doesn't go core. Some PoE content creators I follow said they called it all along, and I'm happy for them that they are happy they were right. But what is more important, I feel, also for the longevity of the game from a new player perspective, is that a deterministic crafting system exists. I feel it is one of the few ways to offer an easily accessible crafting system to newer players that is understandable, clear, and a good way to gear your character. I am not saying this should have gone core in the current format, because I can definitely see the issues with it, but for players that are more on my level, and I feel the game really needs to appeal to those players, as no one starts out being a PoE pro, there should be something in terms of crafting to reel them in. That is my main concern about the very last passage of the post, where GGG states they wouldn't really know how to implement this, how to implement such a deterministic crafting system without it breaking the top end of gameplay, and they basically tell you to go play Harvest now while you still can. Honestly, I really hope they figure it out, because I feel it is understated how important important a deterministic crafting system is to people and players like me, who want to put effort in learning this game but that are still also overwhelmed by the massive amount of content. The main content creators for this game, and I regularly watch those, are all people that play for many years, and the focus seems to be on how broken this system is. But it is only broken for them, right? For the top end of gameplay, as the post states. I feel that particularly my level of players, the relative noobs, a tier of players that would eventually grow to be part of the core community with a much deeper understanding of the game, those players really need a system like this, where you don't need to watch 5 videos and look at Path of Exile before you even remotely understand what's going on, but just something that is straightforward, clear, easy, accessible, and not total RNG. So not every bloody thing in this game is complicated, you know? I just wanted to put this point of view out there because I feel there's a whole bunch of players not really represented, and maybe it would offer some insights next to the well thought out videos and arguments provided by people that spent many years in Rayclost. I hope you enjoyed the video, ladies and gents. Thanks for watching and making it to the end. See you soon. Bye bye.